Thank you. Welcome everybody to the June 4th Caroline Town Board agenda meeting. And I will start the meeting with the pledge to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
One quick one. We could do. All right. We will open the meeting with opportunity for privilege of the floor. So is there anyone that would wish to address the board at this point? Great. Do you want to tell us your name?
Yes, my name is Bill Rosenthal, and I've lived in the township for 10 months. Yesterday was the 10th month.
Oh, okay. Anniversary, yeah.
And I would like to thank the board and the supervisor for putting the data center moratorium item on the agenda. I think the rationale of needing more time to study the effects is very wise, because it's the best reason, and also it comports with the rationale that's been in the state legislature for their moratorium. And I especially appreciate the explicit attention to cryptocurrency. So the gist of my comment is that what's going on in Albany does not in any way moot or negate the need for a moratorium in our township. You may not have heard, the state assembly has passed the one-year moratorium this afternoon, and the state senate is debating it as we speak. Even if it passes, our 3-year moratorium is needed. 1 year may not be enough to study the effects, and there's the danger at the state level that a 1-year moratorium could be seen by some parties as sufficient. However it plays out, people in favor of data centers could say, that's it, you had your moratorium, we're not going to consider another one. And thought I had no, I guess that's it. So
Okay.
I'm just arguing that the 3-year moratorium is, oh yes, also, even if the state senate passes the bill tonight or tomorrow, there's no guarantee the governor will sign it. And there's the possibility that if she does sign it, she'll do it in her, according to her habit, signing hundreds of bills in the last 2 weeks of the year, not the last 2 weeks of the session, the last 2 weeks of the year, which would give 6.5 more months for data centers to get going. Okay,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you, Bill. I'll just mention that I will be introducing that tonight. We will be discussing it. So great, thank you. All right. With that, I'll move on to committee reports.
I guess the only thing I have, the planning board did not meet. I did send a thing around to people today towards the end of the day about the possibility of applying for a digitization grant from this New York genealogical organization. that could use on some of the historic marriage and birth records that Jessie has. And she's in favor of it.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to bring that up to the board.
Great,
It's
thank you.
a thing to pursue. If we should go ahead. It's no cost to us, and you have the option of taking the materials up to their office in Syracuse where they would do the scanning there.
Oh, okay.
And they put the stuff up on their website, and then you get the images back, you get a stick or something.
Okay.
With the information.
And this application, you spoke to me today about it. I hadn't seen it, the
Yeah.
email before, as I was away, but the application process is pretty simple.
It looks pretty simple.
And that's something you'd be able to do and
Yeah,
collaborate with Jessie on
yeah.
that, so,
And I already talked to her about it, and she's in favor of it, so.
Okay.
For that particular collection of marriage and birth records that she has.
great. I suggested Michelle, mention this tonight to put it, so, yeah, it sounds like it's basically a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, it would be a good first step, I think, to start to try, do maybe move on to other projects,
Mhm.
after that, just see how this goes.
Mhm.
So this grant is there, do we pay percentage or it's just, they just?
So you just do it.
It's more like, I don't know if you'd even call it a grant really, right? It's a service they offer, and so you tell them what you want, and then they would say yes or no.
Yeah,
Okay,
I sent in my email, I sent the link to the organization and
Okay.
to the FAQ page and.
Would someone have to physically drive the materials there?
Yeah.
So that's a cost potentially, right?
Yeah.
what's the cost?
Driving the materials to
Oh,
Albany.
if we took them up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I mean, they'll bring equipment here and teach you how to use it, but then you need to get somebody here to do it, right? To do the
Right.
scanning.
Intern,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
I'm always
people that-
hesitant with stuff like that because
Yeah.
then somebody's got to supervise them
Yeah.
and,
mistakes can happen and
yeah, I mean, she's not uncomfortable with having the material go off site, so it's just a matter.
Okay.
So do you all agree that maybe we should put that on the business meeting, or would you?
no, I think it's just to clarify who's responsible for taking it and trying to do it in a way that as
Or
best practice about how to transfer it, and
Yeah,
they have to do they have to stay there to bring it back?
yes, I mean, they stay there and, oh, yeah, so somebody'd have to then pick it up.
You wouldn't stay there while they did it,
No.
but,
Oh, so that would be 2 trips.
Yeah. Good point.
Or I don't know how this works, but you could probably look into some kind of courier to take it there and back,
Yeah.
which might make more sense.
yeah. Depending on how much material it is.
Yeah. My only I mean, it looks pretty simple, seems like good material. It is oversized and I feel like I have to contact them to see if that's a problem for them.
Okay,
It's bigger than your regular 8.5 by 11. I think we measured it as 16 by.
Well, the marriage certificates used to be really beautiful and big. I have my grandparents framed.
Yeah,
So-
but she's got a pile of some really old ones that don't have a folder or anything. They're just like on a shelf in her office.
Hmm.
And
my suspicion is they deal with this kind of stuff, if they're interested in
yeah,
archival ancient.
and now with the whole thing, anyway, a lot of people are contacting places to get information about marriages and births for the
Mhm.
proving their citizenship and this whole Canada thing and so.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Okay,
Talk
all
about it at the next meeting then.
right, so I'll contact them and see if that material is appropriate first, also before we talk about it.
okay, just, yeah, sharpen up the details a little and, yeah. that sounds
But in the
good.
meantime, if you all want to check your email and check that link, you'd get a better idea of their. I think they've done some work for Candor. In the recent past. So
Great. Thank you.
that's the only other thing I have, planned.
Anything else?
I have a quick update from, I'm taking over the chairing the Climate Smart Communities Task Force.
Okay,
And so I've been in touch with Ashley Seyfried
mm-hmm,
at Southern Tier Regional Board, Director of Sustainability. And it's a little bit more complicated than I thought. We missed the May 22nd deadline. We can easily get recertified, I think, in terms of like not a lot of extra things we have to do, but what we do have to do, which I didn't know, is there has to be 2 task force meetings about having conversations about this. And they have to gather documentation for all the actions. So I thought it was just, we've done a bunch of actions in the past,
right.
just adding a few to get recertified. But apparently we have to resubmit everything, which is dumb, but
Yeah. But. I mean, we have to have that information, and I think Osamu or someone at Cooperative Extension helped us with that before.
okay, well, I
So
can
they
reach
may
out.
have it in a,
That's fine. And then we have a couple of things we have to do to update it to keep our bronze status, or maybe go to silver. I can't remember. I think it's bronze.
Right.
So I'll look into that. And then I have to figure out how to do the 2 meetings and what's required, like
Yeah.
minutes or something.
yeah,
And then the only other thing that's unfortunate is I was trying to get into the May 22nd deadline, but the next one's not until January.
that's fine.
So we have plenty of time now.
Good. But yeah, that sounds good. So, I mean, so maybe. Have we done a resolution to appoint you as the chair of the task force?
If we need to, we should, because we have not done
We
that.
should just do that at the next meeting.
Okay.
Because that'll probably be part of the documentation we'll need or.
Okay.
Okay. And the task force would probably be EIC, right? Basically, yeah.
And have they mostly met over Zoom, or were they meeting in person?
We've been meeting by Zoom most times.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All right,
a couple of us meet here and everybody else is by Zoom, but yeah,
all right.
so Mike and I are usually here. Okay, great. I was wondering, we emailed a little bit about it. Anything on the county hazard mitigation thing or whatever, no, it's not hazard mitigation, but the hazard management plan that,
No, but I can talk to Jessica to find
Okay.
out where they're at.
Okay.
Apparently
they were gonna work
completed their draft,
a template,
template.
yeah.
So if they have it, we'll ask for it, and then what do you think the next steps would be for that?
I thought they were gonna call meetings with each municipality but I would just find out from Jessica what, please advise where should we go
Okay.
from here? So maybe at this point we have the template and we fill it out or something. I don't know.
It seems like it would be nice to have a little bit of an orientation.
Yeah.
of some kind.
Yeah. So yeah, and you were in contact with her at some point.
Yeah,
and she knows about
many months ago.
Okay,
It's like almost a year ago at
it'd
this
be
point.
good to ping her and just see.
Yeah.
Get reoriented. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Great.
Emergency. Yeah, it's like emergency
Just the-
preparedness.
yeah.
Something,
Yeah. But that template was supposed to be ready last August or something.
I thought it came out, so
Yeah.
anyway,
Fine.
great. Okay,
Maybe there's different steps and one's done and the next one needs to be done.
Be great to get that done.
yeah. That it?
Mhm.
All set? Great, okay. Let's move on to the business agenda, and the first item is gonna be consideration of resolution of award for construction contract for the old town hall restoration project. So I sent you all did everybody read the recommendation letter from Barrow today? That was very thorough.
Mhm.
So we received 4 bids, and this was. So the recommendation is for the low bid qualified bid. And that's to Daniel J. Lynch. And they bid at 748,000 for the base bid. And then Jennifer wrote, plus consideration of accepting alternate number 3 for engineered wood siding and composite trim for the addition, which would give us a credit back. So I wanted to discuss that with you because I wanted to discuss that with you and get your thoughts about that, because I know just from talking with Tim and Michelle that they're kind of leaning toward wood, sticking with original material.
So-
I'm okay going either way on it, so,
I just for my own.
okay, are you looking at the bid
No,
tabulation?
so in other words, if we used engineered wood, it would be $22,000 less
Yes,
than if we use wood.
yes,
That's fine.
that's right.
I do like wood. What
Yeah.
kind of wood would they use? Did we talk about that?
Would they try to use the same kind as in the,
That'd be a little difficult.
so I want to, Susan Holland here, who is, she's done a lot of work for historic preservation. She's helping us with administration for the project. So she offered to come tonight and offer background and answer questions. So thank you, Susan. So,
She's done a lot of work on this project. Very grateful.
It's a good project.
I mean, so is this cedar?
You know, I actually don't know, isn't that technical? We haven't never discussed it, but they would go with a wood product that would be obviously durable. Not, I won't say, I can't use the word inexpensive, because I don't know what it would cost at this time, but it would match what's here somewhat, but it's gonna be painted anyway, it's made for the back addition. So, it also depends on what Chippo says and the way that you can get the bevel and stuff like that for the match of what's here. So I'm guessing white pine is gonna be my guess, but I'm not positive about that. So it
Okay.
wouldn't be, obviously, this is older growth wood from
Right.
1869 and that would be newer wood, but it wouldn't be a composite or engineered wood. So,
So on the north side of my house, which is full. My house is 1802. We have an addition,
Right.
and that's a composite, we used a composite.
Yeah.
I mean, the original edition had vinyl placed it with composite.
Yeah.
And it matches pretty well, I mean, you can't really see it,
yeah,
but I don't know, would that affect the rating of the building as historic? I mean, would that take away from that?
I think mostly what you do is spec it to the state historic preservation office as we're doing the work. We have the specs already. I think, you know, they've seen them. I guess it's a discussion with them as well, just to make sure that the what we're using is durable. They're paying, you know, they're paying they own the grant basically. So we just have to go back to them and say, this is what we're gonna use and.
So, cause yeah, one problem I had was. Actually, part of the addition had Semplank when it was first made, and that just started pulling to bits
Really,
after like 15-20 years, and
Yeah.
we contacted. Cause there was supposed to be a warranty with it, but because we weren't the original buyers,
right,
they wouldn't honor that warranty.
Right.
But also, and another problem I've had with warranties on things like Semplank is that the company who makes it goes out of business.
yes,
Mhm.
And then
And what is that?
if it doesn't last.
right.
What is that?
You're talking about an engineered wood.
It's an
product,
engineered wood product, it's called Semplank, and that was out in the 70s, and now we replaced the Semplank with a composite type
Yeah.
thing, it's on the back of the house. The north side against the hill where nobody can see it. So, but I mean, it, from 20 feet, like on the side of the house, you don't see a little bit.
Yeah.
It was fine. I
I
mean,
think the industry's changed, not rapidly, but somewhat, and I haven't actually looked at composites in a while, I will admit to that. So anybody at SHPO or even our engineer or architect, I'm sorry, would be like foremost, like knowing exactly what it can and should be. So she was talking about taking it away, right, Mark, is that correct? Or was Exicor, right? I mean, that the.
I'm not sure. I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know exactly, yes, we had a long meeting on yesterday. But, you know, you could not accept alternate. Three, which is the stuff and say you wanna look at the engineering part of it, and you can always add and do a change order ultimately if there's a difference.
So we can decide later about the alternate three. With that.
I feel like everything's a little bit movable, but that's my own opinion. So
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, you could definitely.
Okay. Jonathan?
It mentions trim, does that include trim that will be along the foundation that is currently really challenged?
It
by
would
the-
only be the addition. My understanding is that only applies to anything done for the addition back here, for the
The staircase piece.
Yeah.
Okay,
We would call our architect, I think she's on a plane to Europe at the moment.
Yeah.
So she literally is on a plane right now.
she's not dedicated. So tell me, I don't understand the unit prices, like add or omit. You know, repoint stone masonry or repairs windowsill by consolidation. I'm not even sure what that means. I mean, it's not much money. Is every windowsill? I mean,
Where's that?
Question.
See the unit price, where's,
that would be per, the unit is per thing, so
okay,
for number one, add or omit point stone masonry, that would be,
each stone, no,
no, maybe per side of the. No, that wouldn't be that either, per foot. Probably, no, that wouldn't be per foot either, I don't know what that is. $1,800 would not be per linear foot, and it would not be per stone, it would not be per side of building.
I think that is per linear foot.
Per linear
I'm sure
foot?
She said that, yes.
Okay,
Yes, so, cause if you look at. And Fair Degree, they're much higher, but Lynch's bid and everything that they did came much lower. So I believe that that's what that is. The window would be as we went, because we have not identified all the windows that need to be done, correct?
okay.
Right, Mark, I'm pretty positive about that.
I think so.
What does it mean by consolidation?
I should have asked that question, I am not sure about that. I
Great.
apologize.
You're making me feel not so stupid.
No,
That's it.
I don't. I
Okay,
should have asked, in fact, after yesterday, I was like, I need to look at those and I did not have time today, and I apologize.
it might be, sometimes these sills, that you don't know the damage or the need to fix until you get into them.
Mhm.
So it might be somewhere having to do with, once you're in there looking at it.
Right.
That's, the cost will change. Yeah.
that's what happened.
It's also it's all spelled out in the bid package, so I'm gonna look at it for a second.
Okay.
See if I can.
I mean, I'm sure I could use Google and use the energy at the computer center to find my answer.
So why was there such a disparity? Is that an easy?
It's not an easy question. If you look at, there's two bids that are the same,
Yeah.
that were legit.
Mhm.
The reason that Middendorf got exempt is they did not have their paperwork. We were explicit in the bid that they had to have required paperwork. They did not submit any of it at all. So if you look at the first two, they're like almost the same. So that was like, we were like, oh, okay, and then the other two came in. The other two were very particular. Fair Degree also, we heard it was their first time being a general contractor and listing it, so I worked with her on other jobs, so this is her first bid by herself. There was also a piece in there, I believe, that was engineered there's an engineering piece with the sill that was like the highest level you could be on the engineering piece. So I think that part of that is what they're looking at. When we de-scoped yesterday with the estimator / project manager with Daniel Lynch, it wasn't Daniel Lynch themselves, but this a gentleman named Mark. He explained that he needed to see more and probably pull his own engineer into that side of the building to look at it. Like there was two considerations, two engineers would be looking at this. So they might not engineer it that high. He felt his bid was reasonable and that he could do what needed to be done on our specs from that number. So you would basically say, this is how much we're gonna pay you to do this job and hopefully complete what you need to complete. But we were pretty surprised at the two that were
So
heavy on
high.
a few nights. Like I would wake up and go, "How?" And just to let you know, just FYI, Luli was the original estimator 3 summers ago, is that Mark? 2023,
Okay.
right, that's right. Because he had done me a favor. So. Just go, did you go back to the?
Yeah, so consolidation is actually a product, it's a type of, it's a structural material that you inject into
Oh,
you remove the rotting wood and any material that's still somewhat useful, you inject this stuff and it hardens, like epoxy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So it's actually a
yeah, I did
product.
that, I didn't know that was what it was called.
Yeah.
Okay. Like if the wood's soft and.
You take you take the rotten wood away,
Right,
but if there's wood that's
you feel
not quite decayed, but
Right.
it still has some structure, you can epoxy it.
Okay,
Michelle?
I was gonna say, I wasn't sure Susan was finished with her.
Oh, no, I was,
Okay.
thank you for that, yes, thank you.
Um, I mean, those high bids are like more than twice the,
I know, it's unsettling.
Yeah, but I know what you didn't, I don't think you finished, they were the original estimators 3 years ago, so was there an explanation like why it got so high?
I wanted to believe when I looked at them at first that it was a tariff / 20% contingency, but it's way higher than that after 3 years. So. It's a really good, that's the best question.
Oh, well,
We don't have an answer for that,
Yeah.
but we did de-scope with yesterday with the Daniel Lynch folks again. To go through and get some confidence that their number was pretty close to
Yeah.
what they thought it was gonna be, how they were gonna do it. We also wanted them to, I guess, manage the project and understand how the building functioned. We also are going forward to make sure that they have some preservation experience. And that 'cause this building is special and it needs a lot of care and love, so we're just making sure that they have some experience. There were some things that they indicated yesterday about I was Cortland School, one of the schools in the Cortland school system, they had worked on this, it was over 50 years, and they had shored up a side of it that they needed to do with like 3 stories, which was pretty impressive in a building, thinking about like it's probably brick or masonry, and they did this very spectacular job. So I'm hoping they come in as one of the references. We should talk to them as well, so.
And they do commercial work a lot,
Yes.
right?
More commercial work than residential, yes.
Okay,
Yes. They also are, we discovered, we don't have a requirement for minority women-owned business enterprises, the MWBE. But because the preservation projects have not had that in the grant applications or the compliance. But we discovered that about probably 6 weeks ago or more, they got a certification that they are an MWBE company, so it is a woman-owned company. So, which was quite a shock actually after the end of it, because we had done reach out to a lot of them before that, just for compliance reasons, and not compliance, just as a good faith effort in
Yeah.
communities.
Well, great.
so,
they can get started right away.
yes,
Yeah, that
so
would be great. I think.
is everyone, can I put forward a resolution to approve this?
Mhm.
And then Do we wanna? What should we do with alternate 3? Should we leave it out of the resolution for now? Just approve the award without making a decision on alternate 3? I feel.
It says with consideration, it doesn't say that we have to do it, right? Doesn't it just say
True.
that we're considering it?
Right,
We can consider it.
true,
We'll
that's
get more
how I heard
details on
it. So I guess,
That
yeah,
seems all right with,
that seems okay, okay.
You have a question, you did say, though, you're checking with them on the references?
Mhm.
You go into a notice to proceed, then you can do some other work.
Oh, right.
So you're not actually going into contract yet, so.
Got it.
Not a signature to that.
Great.
Yeah, and then of course the lawyers have to look there.
Yeah, so
So there's some,
thank you for that question.
that was,
That was on my mind too. So if we do this and we let them know, we've made the award, but let's say we are uncomfortable, we don't get what we need. Are we okay? Can we,
That's the best question again. I don't know, because I have not come against that situation. I'm not an attorney.
yeah,
So,
we don't anticipate that.
you could go to Guy's attorney,
Hmm.
right? And say, hey, we may pass this resolution. And say, we're gonna intend to proceed, but if we find something between the intent to proceed that supersedes. You find something, they got arrested tomorrow, whatever.
Egregious,
Yeah, you're like, so gives you an out of some sort, then because you didn't have a contract with them yet.
Uh-huh.
Contract is when the rubber hits the road. So I'm not an attorney, so I hate to
right,
even weigh in on that stuff.
right, I see what you're
You know what
saying,
I'm saying? Yeah.
we would still have leverage with the contract,
And again,
I would, yeah.
So this resolution would be to go ahead and
Well, we
form the contract.
No, this is, we're awarding the project, but then the next stage would be to authorize the contract and
Okay.
sign it. So,
Have you talked to him about it?
not really, because he's in Paris, so, I mean, I did let him know if he was comfortable moving forward, and he was, so. And I think my feeling was based on the de-scoping meeting, that the team got the answers they needed and this is the low bid. And I guess if we're asking for him to provide examples of historic projects he's worked on before, so I can't imagine, he'll provide us something, I would imagine, and so it's hard to imagine how it would disqualify him, I guess, is what I'm thinking. But the other option is, we could put this on hold and I think we feel like waiting 2 weeks is not, especially proposing to start the work later this month.
Right,
Yeah,
that's 3 weeks, so that's.
So, we'd call a special meeting like Monday or something to do it out, but I don't know when we're gonna get the additional information, especially how long's Jennifer gone?
Well, she's in Europe for like 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
she's actually working, so that's
Oh.
she's just on a plane tonight, that's.
Yeah.
Cause we moved the bid from one day to the other, to kind of accommodate her schedule, everybody's schedule, and then we had some other additional information which pushed the bid out by like another week, I think, week and a half. So, she didn't plan on being on the plane tonight, this was going on, but it happens. So we can contact her as early as probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
Question. Did we give the contractor the date of, I know we asked him to give us references, i.e. historic preservation work that he had done. You haven't heard anything, animal vet, Anna's the assistant.
Yeah, he's doing that, yeah.
Yeah, for the. But, so we may see that as early as tomorrow.
Yeah.
We don't know. I mean, this was fact, we did this meeting yesterday. So,
Yeah, I think that's likely, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Jonathan,
my sense is that if we just waited, because there's some risk that they might not be the best fit But then if you look at it another way, the only other alternatives are 3 times as much or whatever, so.
Right,
It's kind of like,
I'm not seeing,
what's the alternative?
right, and I'm not seeing what would, there's a low bid, right? And they're saying they can do it.
Yeah.
We had a successful de-scoping meeting.
Mhm.
So, I mean, what we're asking for is sort of a reassurance of a sort, but yeah. I guess I'm gonna say I think we should do the resolution.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
no,
Okay.
I agree, I think we should, trust the work
Okay,
Carol's done and the group's done, be second guessing it at this
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
So,
all right, so I'll put forward a resolution to award the construction contract for the Old Town Hall Restoration Project, whereas 4 bids were received for the Old Town Hall Restoration Project on May 21st, 2026, and whereas Barrow Architecture has identified Daniel J. Lynch from Endwell, New York as the lowest responsible bidder. Therefore, be it resolved upon the recommendation of Barrow Architecture, the Caroline Town Board hereby awards the project to Daniel J. Lynch with consideration of alternate 3. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Michelle. Any further discussion? And call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's unanimous. Great, thank you. And process-wise, I should have introduced it. I should have gotten a second on the resolution first, and then we discussed it, and then we
Right.
voted, but
we were gonna let that.
got drawn in, so. And
So the potential start date is the end of the month.
what's that? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Potential start date,
is the end
correct,
of the month.
Pretty exciting.
correct. Great, so
Amazing.
now, move on. I will introduce the Town of Caroline local law, affecting a moratorium on commercial cryptocurrency mining and operations and data processing centers. And be it enacted by the town board of the Town of Caroline as follows. So I don't think I'll read the whole thing. Is that okay?
I agree,
Excuse me.
especially since you're coughing.
Yeah,
It's long.
It is very long.
I'm looking though, let's see,
And this is similar to the ones that have been passed with the other towns, is that correct?
what's that?
This is similar to the ones that have been passed at other nearby towns. right?
It's it's moratorium structure and it's, yeah, and so I want to thank Tim for pulling this together. He did it while I was gone.
Mhm.
I think he got the moratorium that Danby considered. I don't think they passed it because they changed their zoning law, which I think we're gonna do. So that's what I was trying to find, the section that talks about that, because I thought that language was good. Let's see,
Your turn. This is 18 months.
it's 18 months, yes.
I think it's in section 2 of the law, Mark. The
That I-
authority and purpose that it talks about this local law.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. It is the purpose of this local law to provide the town of Caroline time to address through planning and legislation, the promotion of the protection, order, conduct, safety, health and well-being. There's a comma missing there, of the residents of the town, which are presented as heightened risks associated with commercial cryptocurrency, mining operations and data processing centers. Further, it is the purpose of this local law to facilitate the adoption of land use and zoning regulations and laws to protect and enhance the town's natural, historic, cultural, and electrical resources. So thanks, Jesse. That's exactly what I was looking for. And I think that points to the to why we're doing this. The data centers use huge amounts of energy, and they have all kinds of effects on energy consumption in the local environment. So that is my main concern. We wanted to put this out basically preemptively to be prepared. So moratoria, as we've done them before when we were, and they give the town time to take appropriate action if they're taking actions that are to support the town's plan, the comprehensive plan. And so I guess the point I wanted to make is that that purpose statement rightly points to our intent to change the zoning law that we have that enables the town to shape the kinds of activities that are allowed in the town. And so we've been working on this for a while for both the subdivision law and the zoning law. So so now we have this introduced. In order to pass it, we would need to set a public hearing and pass it. I completely agree with the concerns. I think that because of our intent to alter our zoning law in the near term, specifically with regard to data centers, that this may not be necessary.
Hey, Mark, do you want to get a second before you go into more discussion about it?
Hey, that's a great idea.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Kate.
Thank you.
Jessica. Thanks.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks for keeping us in line. That's good. So anyway, that's my one thought about this. We can certainly do it, but I think it's very likely unnecessary for us. And if for some reason something did appear on the horizon, we would be able to enact a moratorium relatively quickly. So that's my one thought about it, that we may not really need to do it because we're gonna change the zoning law. Jonathan.
I appreciate that. I think the other way to look at it though is also puts forward a signal to other towns. It's not just about our town, it's about how other people see us being a leader in this. And so I think it's almost as important as how we're managing zoning stuff. So I don't feel like it, unless I'm wrong, I don't feel like it puts any undue burden on the staff or administration of the town to have it. So I think it's a powerful statement, public statement, unless you feel like it's a public statement we don't want to bring attention to the town. That would be the flip side. It's like, do we want to bring attention? My opinion is we should.
Yeah, no, I'm delighted that we introduced it. That was my thinking about introducing it, was to let people know that we're thinking about this, and we had visitors tonight that rightfully acknowledged that. So I appreciate that. So,
Can I say something?
Michelle.
I agree with Jonathan, and I just think it's so easy to let things get away from you, and all of a sudden, whoops, we never passed that thing, and something's happening, and now it's too late, and they're gonna, they could take us to court saying, well, you waited too long, or what. I just think let's just get it over with and let's have it in place, and then we know we have 18 months to get the zoning changed, and
This is an added shield.
yeah, I think so. I mean, we're already talking about it, and we've already spent the time writing it up. Like, let's at this point, I think it would be
Okay. Kate,
foolish to not see it through.
any thoughts?
So I think it's an added shield, and I think we should put it in place.
Okay, with that, I will offer a resolution to set a public hearing for this local law for our next meeting, which I think is the 16th. Is that right? Thursday, the third Thursday, whatever the third Thursday of June is. I believe it's the 16th at 7 p.m.
It's the 18th.
And
It's the 18th.
It's the 18th.
or is it the 18th? Okay,
14th plus 4.
so 18th. So June 18th at 7 p.m. public hearing to consider adoption of this local law. which is a 18-month moratorium. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Michelle. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, great. Thank you all. Let's see. Thank you, Susan.
Oh, you're welcome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, talk to you soon. I'll get back to you on the unit price too, but I think it's on your feet.
What's
I
that?
said I'll get back to you on the unit price.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you.
thanks.
So have a good night, thank you.
Have a good evening. Yep. The minutes of May 21st, 2026. Does anybody have any comments on those?
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
The minutes of May 21st, 2026 are hereby approved. So items for the June 18th meeting will, it's not the meeting, previous to the meeting, we'll have the public hearing on this moratorium. Local law. I will endeavor, I've mentioned it a few times, so I have some changes. Most of which I've shared already for the subdivision law, and I will try to pull together what I'm considering, what I would like to propose for the zoning law as well. Because I don't think they're not major, and I would like to get it moving. I don't think it's a big deal, so.
And then there's the work that the planning board did on the, for some.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mobile home law. Oh,
Yeah.
right, it should be
great, yeah.
added into this.
Great. Good now?
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Thanks
Yep.
for coming in.
Have a good evening. Thank you. Let's see, anything else? So likely to there'll probably be an update on the town hall project with
Yeah.
the contractor, so.
I'll have more information on that grant.
Okay. And then I just wanted to mention a couple things. So I did attend the county call this morning at 8:30. You guys are all welcome to attend that if you wish. I try to send the meeting invitation when it comes up. And it usually less than a half hour, but it's pretty nice. So it's usually the other town supervisors, but sometimes board members too. So couple notes, the town of Newfield has just completed a renovation of their town hall. I went over there in the middle of it one time, so they're gonna have an open house on Sunday, July 5th from 1 to 3 p.m. So I just thought I'd mention that. And then I believe what I heard is that from Monica, is that the county is hosting a landing page for the 250th. Oh, I forgot to plug it in. Good thing it warned me.
You'll make it.
The downfall of civilization, wires and hoses.
No kidding. Okay. Oh, it's happier. Great. So, anyway, the county's hosting a landing page for the 250th celebration events countywide. So
Okay.
that's something you might want to pay attention to. On June 23rd, the Village of Groton is hosting a capital projects planning all-day event that is free. There's a lunch that's, I think, $20
June 23rd.
June 23rd. I sent you all the registration link today,
Okay.
Okay.
and I thought some of you might be interested.
Mhm.
So I thought that, and I think there are gonna be representatives from the comptroller's office, and it's it sounds like it's a well put together event to understand the essentials of capital planning projects for municipalities. Danby and Enfield I think maybe they've already done it. They skate parks.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. So, and then I learned today that the Caroline Hut over there, that the construction for the internal parts is going to start on June 15th. So that'll happen soon.
It's not as ugly as I was afraid it would be.
What?
It's not as ugly.
It's great. Totally great.
Wait, so
It's not ugly.
what kind of construction's happening with it? I mean,
Oh,
it's
it needs
there.
all its guts and
Oh, I
electronics.
see. But all the inside, so it's all the insides.
Yeah,
Oh,
all
I
the
see.
stuff that's in our office building over there.
Oh, I didn't.
So we're very
okay.
excited about this.
Yeah, great. Nice.
Great. Okay, so those are a few time sensitive things that I wanted to mention from the county call this morning, which was interesting. So that's all I have. Anything else before we adjourn?
Wow, we've been having these short meetings.
No.
Yeah,
Efficiency.
that's a goal
Mhm.
in Robert's
Yep.
rules. So, okay, then without further ado, I will offer a motion to adjourn.
A second.
Second by Jonathan, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Great. Thanks, everybody. Thanks,
Thank
Jesse.
you.